so that I can see the chat. So give me a second to get that up, but I want to welcome you to my live, and I hope that you will enjoy yourself. Let's see. Come on, computer. It's one of those days. Sometimes things are busy. I wanted to share with you the next 2 Thursdays I will not be live, but I will be live on Tuesday the 3rd of February and Tuesday the 10th. I'm taking off the 5th and the 12th. So for those of you that are here every single week faithfully, I will not be here for 2 Thursdays. I cannot believe I cannot get this to come up for me to get the chat, which is not good. Let's see what I can do. Sometimes things don't work out exactly like you want them to, unfortunately. Oh, the stupid picture I think is gone again. This is so annoying. Why did they do that? I swear I had a picture there. I don't know why it keeps doing these crazy things, but I'm going to try and update it again. And hopefully it'll stay this time. I hope you guys are doing good. I have yet to find the, there we go, I think. Let me see. I apologize that I haven't said hi to anybody, but I certainly cannot see anything. Okay, I think I changed the photo. Let's see if anybody's in there. I hope you guys are doing great. Okay, it looks like Clem and Kimberly and John and Meleda and Janice and Donna and Joyce and my mom are in the chat. Everybody say hi to my mom. All right, so sorry that the picture wasn't there, but it should be there now. I'm still gonna try and grab the live feed. And let's see. Okay, I think I have that working, and I'll start announcements in a minute. Hopefully everybody else will find us since I changed the photo. That should help. Hey, Meleda, are you able to play tonight for somebody that has a migraine? I would appreciate it if you could. I can give you their numbers. And how about everybody else? Do you guys have your numbers? Just want to make sure. Hey, Sherry. Feel better. I hope you feel better. Tell me when you have something to write down with Meleda, and I'll give those to you. Hello, Sharon. How are you, girl? It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Yes, how did everybody fare during this lovely storm? Okay, Meleda, I'll give them to you now. This is for Monica. The numbers are 1, 9, 15, 17, and 25. Clem, your numbers are 4, 9, 13, 27, and 30. Anybody else need numbers? Hey, Mima, tell Eileen to get on because she's playing today and I hope she has her numbers. Did you get any snow, though, when there was the big storm, Sharon? I'm having quite a little mess going on over here. No storm. That's good. We had snow, sleet, and then rain, and it washed away. But today, our lake was frozen. And it's a pretty big body of water. Good, Janice. I'm glad you found yours. Hey, Mima, ask Eileen if she needs her numbers. I'm going to start the announcements, guys, and as people trickle in, hopefully everybody will make it. And if anybody needs their numbers, just let me know. I may need somebody else to play somebody, but we'll see what happens. So, let's start with Paper Pumpkin. You have until February 10th, so about basically like 2 weeks to sign up. It's going to be the Celebrate Spring Paper Pumpkin, which I think is going to be super, super cute. Cards that celebrate Easter and spring days. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. Pre-cut paper pieces, pink baker's twine, and iridescent pink and yellow sequins, which that really makes me excited. Coordinating colors are balmy blue, crumb cake, lemon lolly, peach pie, pretty in pink, and Shy Shamrock, which is the Stampin' Spot. And it will coordinate with the Easter Joy Sweet collection, which is in the mini catalog here. Let's see if I can find it quickly. There's the bugs. Here it is. It coordinates with this collection, which I think is so super duper cute. I love the little cartoon bunnies, and I think they're going to be adorable. I can't wait to start designing with those. Woo! That is cold, girl. It is cold here too, though. I cannot say it's not. All right, so that's it for Paper Pumpkin. And if you are a member of the Paper Pumpkin, you can purchase the add-on if you don't have it yet. It has this really cool postage die, which coordinates with the January kit, the tulip die, which coordinates with the February kit, and the word beautiful, which coordinates with the March kit. So you can grab that once you're a subscriber. If you are local, I'm having card classes on the second Saturday of the month. So this next month, it will be on the 14th. I may end up changing that to the 21st. I'm not 100% sure yet, so I'll keep you posted. I was trying to keep it on the second Saturday of the month, but I have a lot going on trying to get the old house ready for rental. And so we are working when John's off, and I may not be available that Saturday. So I just have to double check. Because the days that he's off, we're going over there and we're working on the house. So I'm going to double check real quick, but I think I might have to change it to the 21st. Yes, I need to change it probably to the 20. Oh no, I cannot change it to the 21st because we have stamp camp. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to keep it to the 14th. All right. So much going on. If you have not signed up for Stamp Camp yet, do not miss out. We're using the Cute as a Bug bundle, and I'm telling you, these 26 project ideas that you're going to get with the Stamp Camp, you're not going to want to miss out on them. They're going to be amazing. So if you wanted to see the make and takes, I mean not the make and takes, the bonus projects, they are on my website in a blog hop, and you can hop to all the different ones. Those are the additional projects that we do live during the Stamp Camp. Hello, Sherry S. How are you? But I would love to have you join Stamp Camp. It's very easy entry. All you have to do is buy the suite from me or the equivalent dollar value of what the suite is if you already own the suite. But it is a great, great event. Once you join, you never want to stop. It's February 20th and 21st. bonus days are happening, and you only have until February 2nd, so just a few more days left. For bonus days, you will earn a $5 coupon for every $50 that you spend in my store. January, we have a new product of the month, and you can purchase it for $5 if you spend $75 in the store. It is this fantastic stamp set, and I think it will be really cool. So it is a product for $5 when you spend $75, and if you did not get December's, it was this really beautiful designer series paper, same stipulation. You can only get one per order, and if you didn't get one last month, then you can get two this month, but you have to spend $75 for each one. All right, Inky Hands Crew membership. This is a group of classes that I do every single month, which is a 6-project class. It comes right to your inbox with video tutorials and measurements and detailed photos right in your inbox. You don't even have to go anywhere, and you can watch them. It is $7.99 a month. It is well worth it. I tell you right now, it is amazing. I give you guys so many free items, so many free projects. I just finished a 14 days of Valentine's. So I give you tons and tons of free. This $7.99 really helps support me. And it has helped support me to continue to bring you the free projects. So I appreciate all of my crew members. If you have not joined yet, give it a try. You can try for 1 month. If it's not for you, you can cancel. But it is a really fun way to get a 6-project class from me. All right, kits collections for January were the Adopt a Pet kit, which was 4 projects, one each of 4 designs, makes 4 boxes, non-stamping. The Butterfly Garden kit, which is a stamping kit, 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. And the January Lots to Love kit, which is the non-stamping kit, again, 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Super cute kit, by the way. Game night is tonight, but we have game night on the last Thursday of every month. I'm not sure what we're doing for next month's game night, but I think it will be super fun. So I hope that you will join us. And if you would like to join, you have until the end of the first card, because then we'll start playing Lucky Number, to sign up. So if you want to sign up, in the description of the video, there is a link, and you can sign up there for that. Let's talk about our game night. We are going to be using this stamp set here, and we're going to be making birthday cards. So all of the cards use the happy birthday sentiment. If you don't want them to be happy birthday, you are more than welcome to use the other sentiments. This is an amazing stamp set. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm telling you, it's amazing. When you see the cards, you're going to love it. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's the stamp set. And it's being paired with these cards, which are the Celebration Expressions, Memory, and More cards. So all of these are the colors that we're going to be using. Really fun. You're going to get a full pack, so you'll be able to make multiple cards, and you can do them in the different sentiments if you want to. But it's a really great pack. I love the Memory and More packs. I always purchase them. I highly recommend the journaling pens as well, because I'm going to be using that today. You'll get to see those. And I hope that, yeah, that you will have fun with our game night tonight. All right, I think that's all the announcements. Let me get the stuff for our first card and get these catalogs off my desk. Are you having to work later times, Kimberly? Is that what's going on with you not being home earlier? All right, I don't know what card we should make first. I'm just gonna grab one. We'll start in the order that I designed them. So I designed this one first. So this is gonna be our first card. Today we're also going to be using two-toned cardstock. You're going to be getting two-tone cardstock in your card kits. I think you will absolutely love them. Oh, you're working at a different location. Thanks, Maleda. Hey, Cheryl hasn't made it yet. When we start playing, if she hasn't gotten here, I might need someone to play Cheryl's numbers. So we'll see what happens. So you're going to take your card base, fold in half. All of the measurements are not spoken about during game night because you have to purchase your kit in order to get the measurements. There are people that have paid for this class, so if you want the measurements on and how to make the cards exactly, of course I will be showing how to make them, but if you want to learn how to make them exactly and get all the measurements down, then you need to join us for game night. Then you can get the 4-card kit, and you also have a chance to win Stampin' Up! Product. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our paper here, and we are going to scatter our little pieces. So these are going to go back and forth, and you're going to figure out how you want it to look, what you want sticking in front, what you want sticking in the back. You figure all that good stuff out. And when you have it the way that you want it, then you're going to start gluing down. Another difference in this kit, in today's class, is we're going to be using StazOn ink, and you guys are more than welcome to use Memento, but I'm telling you right now, it will not look the same. Memento is tuxedo black. StazOn is jet black. There's a big difference in jet black and tuxedo black. A way big difference. So I would recommend using StazOn. It was an add-on for the class, but like I said, you can use whatever you want. It's your class. But it was an add-on, and I hope that you guys have it because you're going to notice a big difference if you use Memento. All right, I'm going to move this one out of the way and now do this one. And you want to choose the patterns in your pack that match these patterns right here. Trim them down to the sizes that I have in your kit. You will get the measurements for that. But super simple. All these parts, of course, come cut for you, but if you want to make more cards the same way, the measurements are included. This is a really fun card. It's good to make birthday cards at the beginning of the year, right? Because we always seem to need birthday cards. I'm going to show you how to clean the StazOn with the StazOn cleaner, Donna. So that was also an add-on. All right, so here is our piece, and you are going to get a piece of vellum in your kit. Okay, now another thing about StazOn, I also offered in your kit refills, and the reason I offered refills is that the ink dries very quickly, And if you leave it uncapped for too long, it will dry out. So I'm going to give you guys a little lesson on StazOn, okay, before I stamp this. So what you want to do is when you open this, do not throw this plastic piece away, okay? This is important. It helps to seal the ink pad closed. And then this piece seals tightly, and you really have to pull it to get it opened. This is like our blends. If you left a blend uncapped, it would dry out completely. So what you want to do with this is you want to make sure that you don't have it to the air for long periods of time and that you cap it as you go. So what I do is I uncap it and I put my lid upside down in here so that I can just put it back on top. I'm going to re-ink it just because I was messing around a lot with this stuff and I just want to make sure that it's going to be nice and wet. I think I did refill it right when I finished though, because now that I'm seeing that this ink is just pooling at the top, I think I did refill it. But that's why I offered a refill and a cleaner. Now, you want to use your Stampin' Scrub to clean your StazOn, not your chamois. So that's a different thing altogether, and it has little fuzzies on it, and then you can clean the plates out of that. All right, so we're gonna ink up on this piece and we're gonna stamp the happy birthday on our vellum. Now, vellum, if you stamp regular memento ink on vellum, you're gonna have to heat set it because it will smear. Now, StazOn evaporates, so it's the perfect ink for non-porous surfaces. That's what it's designed for. It's designed especially to use on plastic, metal, glass, ceramics, laminated papers, coated papers, leathers. It is not recommended for fabrics, but it is a really cool ink. Now, you see how I just put that right in there and sealed it closed? That's what you want to do as you're using this ink. Okay, I'm bringing this down so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to hover and press down. I think we're good right there. All right, so now I'm going to lift up. I'm going to hold my vellum, and it will stick. But there is the look. You can see how black that is. It's way blacker than Memento. It's a pure jet black. Now, to clean it, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way temporarily. You're going to open your Stampin' Scrub. Okay, and you're going to, there's a little corner that doesn't have the thing in this. This has the sun, which means it's the dry side. This one has the raindrops, which means it's the wet side. Okay, we're going to grab our StazOn cleaner, which comes in a little bottle like this, which looks like a dauber for bingo. So we're going to put this onto our ink. And it's a solvent, so it helps to release the ink from the stamp. And then you want to have baby wipes also, okay? So I'm just gonna scrub this into the wet side, and these little fibers in here will help to scrub your stamp. Okay, and then you want to dry it on the dry side. And just like red ink stains the rubber, so will StazOn. But it still stamps perfectly fine. Okay, so what we want to do next is I want to use a baby wipe, and I'm going to explain why. In this stamp, there's all these little cavities, these little nooks and crannies, and sometimes it's hard to get into those, and so I just like to make sure that you get all of that, plus it removes anything off of the stamp. Like you see, there's nothing on the baby wipe. It's actually clean, it's just stained, but you just want to make sure that you're good to go for your next card. So I just wipe it, let it sit here. It's going to air dry. I'm going to cover my Stays On cleaner. Now you can clean this scrubber. You can pull these pads out and you can wash them with Dawn and it will clean them completely fine. And then you could use it with your other inks. But it's completely up to you. I only have one scrubber. So I just wash it when I'm done using Stays On. Okay, gonna close this up and we will move on to the next step. Okay, we have our pieces here. So we're going to take our vellum piece and we're going to hold it over the top, and then all we're going to do is bend. So we're going to flip it over and bend this vellum over the sides of the paper. Okay, so now we know where to put the glue. You also want to make sure that it's centered, kind of in the center there. And you can flip this over. And then all you're going to do is use your wet adhesive, and you're going to flip that bent piece back, put a little bit of wet adhesive on it, and flip it back. Hold it in place for a second for it to grab. It is vellum, so it's a little bit of a thicker paper, but it will grab easily. And then do the other side. See how I put my hand there on it? And that will help also. You could also put a clear block over the top just to hold it in place. Put another one on this side. All right, so that's pretty good right there. We're going to use dimensionals on the back of this. I'm using the edge pieces right now, and then I'm going to open a new one. Let's grab a new one. When you get your kit, your pack of cards will look like this. It'll be shrunk wrap in here. I love these cards. I buy them every time we get new ones because I use them to make quick and easy cards. I think they're great. Okay, I'm going to use this piece across here. I actually have another corner. I'm going to use that too. I like to have good coverage on my pieces where I need like to lift the whole panel. So I'm just going to use these edge pieces and see how they do for me. And then I'm going to fill the middle. So there's that. And then we're just going to put a few of these in the middle here. There we go. I should have got my pinch bowl out. I made a mess. I'll get it for the next card. Then you want to lay this panel on your card. I'm going to hold it up for a second just so I get it to line up. Of course, you want it to be even on all four sides. And press that down. You can see that it doesn't, you know, get blurred or, you know, it's pretty awesome. That stays on is a really great ink. And then you're going to take a strip like this from one of your cards. You're going to cut that, or it will come. Now, I'm not going to cut the cards for you, so you're going to cut those card pieces with the measurements that I give you, and then when you make your other ones, you'll be good to go. I'm not going to open your packs and cut your cards and leave you what's left. I'm just going to let you cut from your package. I'm going to send you the other parts and pieces. So all the measurements will be there, and you'll be able to do it no problem. You're going to see how quick and easy it is to make cards with these Memory and More cards. You're probably going to want to order them every time you see them once you get used to it, because they're pretty awesome. All right, so that's for the inside of our card. And there is card number 1. All right, let's get ready to play. Let me see. Sharon, are you still here? How about you, Sherry Shrogum? Because we're going to need some help playing Lucky Number if somebody else would like to play for someone who cannot be here tonight. Cheryl had a death in her family and she's out of town, so she will not be able to play, but I would love it if somebody could play her numbers. Oh, I didn't have that many out of order. Sharon, would you like to play and help me play Lucky Number for Cheryl? Have you ever done it before, or have you watched enough that you know how to do it? I'm going to mix these up good. Okay, how it works, Sharon, is I'm gonna call numbers, and as I flip these cards, there's gonna be a number. If you have the number, I'm gonna give you her numbers, and if you have that number in her numbers, you're gonna type the word L. And then if you get a second number among the cards that I put out, you're gonna type LU, and you're gonna continue to type until you get all 5 numbers, which would spell out the word lucky. And if, like, let's say you're waiting on that last number, you have all 4. What you should do is on your phone or on your iPad, I don't know what you're on, you want to type in the chat LUCKY and just be waiting for that last number to come out, and then you can just click enter, and then you would be the winner of that round. If you're willing to help her, I can give you her numbers. I just got a text from her that she's out of town for a funeral. Okay, I'll give you her numbers. Do you need something to write with, Sharon? Yes, Joyce, Sharon's going to help. Okay, her numbers, Sharon, are 4, 10, 16, 24, and 30. I appreciate you helping. All right, is everybody ready? We'll start with our first number. All right, here we go. 20. 26. 11. 2. 4. 28. 15. 27. 13. 30. 22. 21. 12. 8. 24. 3. Ooh, Donna, you're close. I'm going to slow down. I want to make sure I can pay attention. 16. 1. 25. 'Ooh, we have 2 lucks. 29. 18. 31. Oh, Janice! Let me check your numbers, Janice. Let's see. Janice has 2, 4, 8, 16, and 24. Good lucky number, Janice. Congratulations. All right, let me get the prizes. That was a good one. Okay, Janice, you get to pick. Here's one of the prizes. Let me move these numbers out of the way. We have the Round We Go bundle, Peaceful Days stamp set. Oh my goodness, I can't reach anything in this box. Pastel ombre glimmer paper with the Spring Celebrations ephemera pack and a roll of Balmy Blue ribbon. Everyday Skies designer series paper with the pastel ombre specialty paper sampler pack and a Stampin' Up marker. And then the last thing is pastel ombre glimmer paper with some gold and silver trim combo pack and the stripes and floral mix and match cards and envelopes. So those are the 5 prizes. Which one would you like, Janice? It's hard to fit them all on the desk. Sunny Skies, ombre paper, and the pen. Got it. Let me tape all this stuff together because it's easier for me so it doesn't get away. The pen to the paper, and the paper pack to the paper pack. All right, congratulations. All right, guys, we still have stuff up for grabs. All right, let's move on to the next card. So this one is finished. Oh, I forgot to put the dots on there. Sorry, guys. Let's finish that real quick. So you want to grab your rainbow dots or whatever dots you choose if you didn't purchase these or don't own them. And I chose the blue ones. I thought they would pop really nice. Sorry about that. I totally forgot. We're going to add those. Well, if I can get them to come up. There we go. Come on. Behave. Doesn't want to behave for me today. So there are the dots. Now we're finished. Sorry, guys. All right. I'll leave the dots out. I had them hidden in my drawer, which is why I forgot. All right, on to the second card I designed, which is this one. Quite cute. And I gotta grab my little kit. All right. So you're going to start with your card base. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys, if you don't mind. I would appreciate it. And you're also going to cut 2 lengths from your card. Okay, actually 3. Here's another one. I don't know where it falls in here, but it falls, I promise. Might be this way. I don't know. Maybe it's from here. I'm not sure, but anyway, it works. It somehow fits in. You're just going to cut 3 lengths, okay, off of your piece. This one's going to go on the inside, so let's go ahead and glue that one in quickly. See, I did a little strip at the bottom. And of course, you can use other stamp sets that you have to fill in for sentiments on the inside. Yeah, I love this this pack because it's made really for birthdays and celebrations. And it works really well with this stamp set. They coordinate really well together. Sometimes we forget about the annual catalog once the minis come out, but there's so much great stuff in the annual catalogs, so don't miss out. So you're going to have 2 pieces. One's a little wider than the others, you can see, and you're going to tear. So you're just going to tear towards you. And when you tear towards you, you end up with a white feathery edge, okay? So for this next one, we're going to tear towards ourselves as well. All right, so there's our 2 pieces that are torn. You can discard these pieces right here. My chair is being creaky today. All right. And we have a piece of 2-toned cardstock. Now, what I love about 2-tone cardstock is that there's a dark side, which is this one, and a lighter side. And you can see I use the lighter side, but look at the dark side. See how well they go together? So when you put the 2 colors together, this one is 25% lighter than this one. So they're all graded at 25% difference. I love these 2 tones because, as you can see here in this project, this color here that's in the memory and more cards, I picked that in the 2-tone. And you can see they have the darker color, but it grades down to light. And now you have an option if you want to use the lighter color instead of always having the darker of the tones. Because they do this a lot in our designer series paper and the memory and more cards, where they use lighter tones of the same color. And so now you have some options by going with the 2-tone cardstock. Okay, so the 2-tone cardstock is going to be attached onto our piece, but first we're going to stamp our card. Now, the bigger one is going to go at the bottom, the bigger piece, and the smaller one is going to go at the top. Now, you want to kind of have it there to help you when you go to stamp, just because you want to know where to stamp your words. So I'm going to bring out my StazOn. I don't have to re-ink it. If you open it upside down, that piece will lay in the inside. And then you can ink it back up. You want to make sure that you do get a nice inking, that you see it real nice and dark and juicy. If your pad is dry, you will not get good coverage because this ink dries really quickly. So we're going to hover where it's supposed to be and go ahead and press down. Now you can slide your papers out. And just hold it there for a second, let it really grab. I like to let it grab into the paper and have to peel it off the paper and then to lift it right up. I like to make sure that it sits and saturates a little bit on the surface. And so see, it pulls back and there is your nice bright black happy birthday. So now this is going to get attached onto our piece here. I'm thinking that I cut this card base just a smidge too short, but I'll cut it at the end. Let's just go ahead and glue it down. So now I closed my ink pad real good. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this real quick. Now it should have some wetness on the wet side. The reason I'm moving this is that it tends to move around a little bit, but I'm gonna double check because it is moving real easy. If it wasn't wet at all, it would not glide like this. Because when it's dry, yeah, see, it got it out. You didn't have to put any more on here. There's plenty inside. If you put a lot on your first coat, you should be good, and it should get it nice and clean. Again, I am going to come back with my baby wipe, wipe it down, and let it, oh, I didn't get it that clean this time. See how it got on there? Gonna let it go into all these little nooks and crannies and try and get those out, and then let it air dry over here on the side. All right. Now I can bring it back. I just don't want to splatter the liquid, so that's why I moved everything out of the way. So we're gonna add our adhesive onto the darker side. Has anyone been playing around with the two-tone cardstock? Because I have to tell you that once you get it, you're not gonna wanna change because it's really a nice weight. It also gives you like 100 colors, right? Because you have the 50 regular colors and then 50 at 25% less dark. So I tell you what, it's pretty awesome. I'm gonna adhere this to the top first and make sure that I cover my cardstock right. And then I can always trim off any excess with my trimmer. All right, so let's flip this and grab my little baby trimmer. Take off those edges, the edges. Okay, looks good. Now let's add our pieces. So before we do that, I want to do 2U on the larger piece. I forgot about that. So we're going to use our StazOn again. And we're going to use the word to. And then U, I'm going to bring this down a little so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and ink up, and then I will clean after I'm done with both of them. There's our word. So it says, happy birthday to you. Let me move everything out of the way again and cover this. And clean our little words. So the cool thing about this stamp set, I'm going to bring it out to show you in a second after I get this clean. Is you can make a lot of different words with this set. So you have love you, happy birthday to you, thank you, thinking of you. So it's a really great little set to have these extra words. All right, let's glue on now that we have this. So we're going to raise these up. They're going to be popped up off of the card base with dimensionals. All right, push those down. Let's get the ones for the top. Me too, Kimberly. Have you been working on getting all the colors, Kimberly? All right, so there's those. I'm pushing them down. Let's go ahead and do these. Grab my pinch bowl. I love the vibrancy of the StazOn because these colors we're using are so bright and beautiful. And I think that the StazOn black is so dark. It's just so pretty with these bright colors. I love the color combination so much about Stampin' Up. That's my favorite thing, is the coordination of color. And so I'm a sucker for the two-tone just because it gives me 50 more colors. All right, so there's that. Let's add our piece to the top here. I gotta hold it up so I can see that I make sure I get it all the way to the edge. All right, there is our card. And we're gonna add our gems. I'm not gonna forget this time. So these rainbow, they're called rainbow adhesive back dots. They're amazing. You get so many cute colors. And I'm gonna use the lavender this time. Come on. This one doesn't want to come up. There we go. So cute. Love this. And then you have the little strip inside. A fun card. Thank you, Maleda. Yeah, I love the brightness of that black ink. I just think it's so beautiful. All right. Everybody ready for game number 2 of Lucky Number? Get your numbers ready. I'm going to mix up our cards, clean up a little bit. Move everything out of the way so that I have some room here. Take a sip of my drink. All right, let's mix up our cards again. Oh, thank you so much, Sharon. I agree, Kimberly, but you got to get some because it's so cool. I'm going to do my little grandma shuffling. All right, I think that's a good shuffle. I'll give it another couple. And then we'll get started. Wait until you see the next 2 cards. Are super cute too. This paper is just so bright and fun. They're like bright pastels though, right? They're like little bright pastels. I think they're really pretty. Yes, and you know what also is gorgeous, Kimberly, is vanilla. The vanilla, I always kind of like shy away from it because I always find it to be a little bit too yellow in its creaminess. But the 25% lighter on the back side, oh my gosh, is so beautiful. All right, here we go, guys. Card number 1. Is everybody ready with their numbers? You will love the vanilla. I'm waiting to make sure everybody's ready to go before I pull that first number. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you're ready to go. Here we go. 24. 13. 25. 17. 8. 30. 21. 10. 22. Oh, Sharon, you're getting close. You too, Clem. 15. 31. 5. 4. 9. 'Ooh, Sharon, you're doing good. And Kimberly, you too. 11. 12. 'Clem, you're doing good too. 14. 'I'm slowing down. I don't want to miss a lucky. Oh my gosh, everybody has luck tonight. 23. 7. 1. 'Kimberly. Kimberly has lucky. Let me check. Let's see, Kimberly, what are your numbers? Wow, almost everybody was ready to get it. Let's see, 1, 4, 17, 25, and 31. Your good lucky number, Kimberly. Woohoo! Let me bring up the prizes so that you can pick what you want. And we can start with card number 3 next. All right, let's see. We have Round We Go bundle, Peaceful Days, ombre paper, spring celebrations, ephemera, and balmy blue ribbon, stripes and florals, mix and match, cards and envelopes, pastel ombre sampler pack, and gold and silver trim. Stripes and floral stack. Okay. Let me grab my tape and tape all this little stuff together. It makes it easier for me to keep everything and make sure you guys get what you wanted. All right. Congratulations. All right, guys. I'll try and put it that way. That little stack. Time for card number 3. So excited. Okay, the third card that I designed is that one. Isn't this so fun? I think so. I think it's going to be a fun one. Okay, we have a little stash here of stuff. So you're going to need to, of course, fold your card base. Does anybody else besides me buy the Memory and More card packs? Because I just adore them. I think they're so fun. Okay, so you're going to cut yourself a little stack of cards, okay? And then you're going to lay them out and grab, you know, whatever you want from your stash in whatever order you want the stash to be, okay? So we're just gonna start picking up and gluing. I'm gonna turn the card upside down because we're gonna glue on the folded side first, or I'm gonna turn it sideways. And I'm gonna just grab a strip and glue it in place, whatever comes to me. So we're going to glue it from the top. You want to make sure that you get good coverage on the edge. And bring that down. All the measurements will be in your card kit, so you don't have to worry about that. You can also use like a tape runner if you don't want to use the glue. And you want to butt this up right against that one and make sure it's on the edge there. It's okay if it's a little shorter or longer on this edge, but just make sure that it's butted straight up at the top of your card. And slide it in, make sure it's even with the top, and push that into place. Grab another one. So fun to make cards like this, I think. These are great kinds of cards when you have a lot of scraps lying around so that you can knock it out, right? Get rid of them out of your paper packs. So even though it's a lot of strips, it's a pretty quick and easy card. You'll see as we continue to put it together here. All right, we're almost to the end. All right, my card is a smidge off, so I'm just gonna trim it down. No one will notice that it's a smidge, and it just is the easiest way to go because you don't want to stick a strip that's that skinny on the end. And sometimes when we cut our cardstock for cards, we cut them off a little bit, and that happens. Okay, so then there's another piece of card that has these candles on them, okay? And you're gonna cut your little strip to the measurement that I told you about, and you want to use your markers. So you want to use your little journaling markers. You get a 3-pack of these for $10. They're awesome. I love them. So I highly recommend them. They're a really nice point size, and all you're going to do is very quickly, you don't have to be precise, you just want to outline your candles, and they're going in all kinds of different directions. So it's quite okay if they're not perfect. All right. And then I wanted to go down to the bottom on my candles. You can see I'm not being super precise. You just want to be quick and easy. It's a really nice point thickness for this journaling pen. But I really like the black. I felt like it really made these candles stand out. And then when you cut for your card, you're going to have a little piece left over. So you want to also, whoops, draw your candle on that piece. Okay, and set that to the side. We are going to adhere. This is also a piece of two-tone cardstock. I used that today for everything. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom portion of it since we're not only using a smidge showing at the top. We're going to add our piece. Press that into place. All right. Next comes our words. So you have a scrap that's going to come in your kit, and you're going to stamp your happy birthday. And I'm really looking to make sure that I can see the wetness behind these letters. If you don't, you want to re-ink. again, this is why I offered the cleaner and the re-inker, because I just wanted to make sure that you guys got a nice card. And you're going to stamp that onto your paper. And we're going to fussy cut it out. I know, aren't you glad it's me doing the fussy cutting? You can fussy cut as much as you want to. Okay, I'm not happy with that on this one end. So because it sticks, it's a really, I'm glad it actually happened, because I was going to try and explain it, but it's hard to explain unless it happens. So because it sticks really good to your ink, you can put more ink and then just press it into place, flip it back upside down, and press that down. And then when you lift up, see, it's way darker. So I'm gonna go ahead and press that down. I'm gonna pull from the other side just to make sure. Yeah, the other side was dark, but I might be running out a little bit, so I'm gonna put a little bit of refill for the next card. But I wanted to show you that you can fix it because it sticks really good to your paper. So it's an easy fix. All right, let me move all of this stuff out of the way. And we're going to clean. And that's one thing about your StazOn. You do want to clean it pretty quickly. These cards, Kimberly, are going to come with your kit, but if you want an extra pack, you can get them. I did include the Memory More cards this month with your card kit. All right. On to the next part. I keep moving this mat all around my desk. Let's fussy cut. I'm going to fussy cut each word separately. So you can go ahead and break them apart. It'll make it easier to cut them out if you have less, bulk in your way. So you're just going to work your way around. This is pretty easy to fussy cut because there's not a lot of curves. It's pretty straightforward. You just want to leave a slight border around your black letters. I'm cutting off as I go. I like cutting letters personally. I have cut so many letters in my lifetime. I used to scrapbook like so much. I have kind of gotten away from it, but I'm trying to get back to doing it all the time. I really love to scrapbook because I like to save memories for my family and for future generations to know about me. I wish I had a scrapbook of my grandparents or great-grandparents, or actually great-great-grandparents. So I think scrapbooking is a great way to preserve family memories. And if anyone is interested in learning how to scrapbook, I would be more than willing to teach a class on it. You just have to let me know what you're interested in, and I'd be happy to try and get a class together for it. All right, we're almost to the end of Happy. So you can see it's not that hard to fussy cut. It's a lot of straight lines, and so it makes it way easy. So there's our Happy. Let's do Birthday. And this is going to be even easier because I cut real close to it. So you can just kind of come in and do these little sharp edges and then come back. Even around that D, it's not that much. But I love to fussy cut though. But I'll tell you what, when I first learned how to do it, it takes, you know, it takes a minute to learn. And there's nothing wrong with not liking it, but I tell you what, the more you do it, the better you'll get, and I promise you that. Like, that, I will go to the grave saying that because it is very true. The more you do, the better you get at it. It's just like anything else. If you only rode your bike one time, you'd be horrible at it. But if you continue to ride, the better you get at it, right? Just like anything else. The more you play anything, the better you get at it. Unless it's like, you know, something that's luck driven. All right, so let's finish. The bottom is the easiest, so we're in the home stretch. These, like I said, these straight letters are very easy to cut because it's just a lot of straight cuts. John is watching something on the television, but I don't know if he's awake. He might be sleeping. I hear his television on. I don't know why men fall asleep in front of the TV. It's like mind-blowing to me. Not that I haven't fallen asleep in front of the TV ever. I mean, I have if I'm really tired, but it feels like they do it more than anybody else. I'm gonna put all these scraps in here. All right, there's our happy birthday. And I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera, but it is so much darker than Memento. These letters are so bright. So I hope that you can see that. Oh, I'm totally out of camera. I just looked when the camera finally caught up with me. You're like, move your hand over. We can't see that. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get our card pieces. All right, so we have this and this and this and this. Okay, so we're going to, for the inside, we're gonna put the little bubbles here. And then we're gonna fussy cut that. I forgot to fussy cut that, but we're gonna fussy cut the candle. Where's my glue? Here it is. Again, all of the measurements will be included in your class kit. And if you are wanting the class kit and you did not sign up to play, all you have to do is reach out to me and I would be happy to help you. So if you're watching on the replay and you want a class kit, let me know. If I haven't sent it out yet, you're more than welcome to have one. So we play every single month on the last Thursday of the month, unless it's a holiday or something, and then we play a week earlier. add our candle on the inside. So cute. All right. Next comes our candles, and we're gonna lift those up. We're going to add this onto our card. I did trim the card down, so hopefully I don't have to trim this too much. When I position it, I'll look to see if I have to trim it, and if I do, I'll position our candle so we trim a little off each edge instead of one candle off or something. Let's see. Yeah, just a smidge off each edge. So I'm going to let it hang off a little bit off each side, just a hair. I'm going to bring it down to the bottom edge and line that up. I feel like that's glue on there that just smeared. It's because I had it in my hand. On my hand, I mean. So make sure you don't have glue on your hand so that you don't smear your card like I did here. Sorry guys, but at least it's not your card. I'll make the mistakes so that you don't have to make them. All right, let's trim a little bit on each edge. Yeah, it's better to trim a little off each edge than a whole candle off or something. All right, so there is our candles along the bottom. And we're going to add our words. And this is going to just be flat glued. When I fall asleep on the couch, unless I only doze off real quick, I have a hard time falling asleep at night. I end up waking up in the middle of the night instead of going to sleep. So I try not to fall asleep on the couch. John doesn't seem to have that problem. So did I even put any glue on that? Oh my gosh, there was no glue flowing. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't even look like it has any glue. I think the glue wasn't flowing yet. Okay, so funny. All right, we're gonna add our birthday right here. I love this black against these bright colors. It is just so beautiful. All right, and grab our happy. These are great birthday cards, and we are going to add the peach colored dots this time. Well, if I can find my take your pick tool, we are. Okay, there we go. Put one there, right near it, and we'll put another one up here. Let's see. On that white section, so it'll show. All right. So cute. These turned out fantastic. Let's get set up and we'll do another game of lucky number. All right, let me get the cards. We're gonna start shuffling. I love fussy cutting. All right, here we go. Let me just give it a old grandma shuffle and we'll get this going. This time, instead of grabbing off the top, I'm gonna mix them up and see how we do. I'll try to anyway. If we get with a lot of cards, I won't be able to. All right, so are we ready? Here's our first number, number 11. Yeah, I have it. It's amazing. 14. 17. I'm going to go kind of fast until we get close to getting lucky so that I can slow down and make sure I don't miss anybody. 19. Look at all these teens. 22. That reminds me of Taylor Swift's song. Number 1. Now, if you already won a game of Lucky Number, you cannot win again, but you can play for fun. Number 9. Make sure you can see that one. I'm going to bring it in a little. Pull one from the bottom here. Number 7. Number 5. 12. 16. Oh my gosh, are all the teens gonna come out? Number 2. Number 10. $25. 27. Ooh, Donna, you're getting close. 20. 6. 15. 'Gonna slow down. Gonna slow down. 18. 31. 3. Nothing yet. It's a lot of numbers already. Let's pick another one. 21. 29. 4. 8. Oh my goodness. Hardly have any cards left. 26. 'Donna! It's 15, Clem. 15. Congratulations. All right, Donna, let me verify your numbers. Number 2, number 4, 12, 19, and 20. Good lucky number. All right, that was a lot of numbers. That was quite a lot. All right, let's see what the prizes are and what you pick, Donna. We have Peaceful Days, which is a stamp set. We have Round We Go bundle. And we have the Ombre Sampler Pack with the Spring Celebrations Ephemera Pack and the Balmy Blue Ribbon. Yes, she was. Everybody refresh their feed when I start the next card to make sure that you're going good and that everybody isn't lagged. Ombre Sampler Pack it is. Let me get your sticky with your name. Okay, and tape to the rescue. Tape is my friend. When it comes to this stuff, it helps keep everything in place until I mail out the kits. Oops. Have to stick for it to go, not to my finger. All right, guys. Congratulations, Donna. We have a bundle and a stamp set left. Remember, you can always pick a tutorial bundle if you prefer. That's always available. But don't forget, guys, you're welcome. Donna, I'm glad that you got one. Don't forget to refresh the feed in case you guys are lagged. It does happen. It's just a natural thing that happens when you're online. The feed gets lagged. You have to refresh so that it stops lagging. And we're going to make card number 4. So this is the 4th card I designed. Isn't it so cute? Okay. We're going to grab all our parts and pieces. Again, we have our card base. I felt white was the best color for these cards just because there was so much brightness. I felt the white and the black complemented it so nice. All right. Now, you're going to have a couple cards and you're going to have another kind of card. And I decided that for this one, I used this card here that was at the top. But I would use one of the other ones because why not? They don't have to all be this kind of a banner, right? So we have to trim down our card to fit, so don't forget to do that when you get yours. And this is going to get put down. Then this piece we're going to trim off by tearing. And so we tear towards ourselves. We're going to start here and we're going to tear this little corner off. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to start at this side, and I'm going to end up here somewhere. You want to have enough room so that you can stamp your happy birthday. That's the most important part. I think I'm going to tear this a little bit more in this direction. So then this gets overlaid over the top. Okay. And then on the inside, I added this torn piece. And it's always going to look different based on what you tear, okay? And so on the inside of the card, we're going to add our torn piece. You always want the white edge up. It just looks prettier. So we're going to add this piece inside our card. Isn't it so pretty? And it just ties in the torn layer, okay? On this piece, we're going to glue down the torn layer on top of the other torn layer. These are such fun cards, and you guys, I'm sure, are going to have so much fun with the rest of the kit. What I would love for you to do is go to my Inky Hands Kelly's VIP page on Facebook and show me the rest of the cards you end up making with this adorable Memory and More card pack, because it's such a great pack. All right. So now we're going to attach this onto our card base, and we are going to use dimensionals, because why not? I think we should. All right, so let's grab our pinch bowl, and we're gonna add this. Oops, what did happen to it? It stuck to my finger. Static cling. I'm glad you love this one. This one was John's favorite. I think my favorite is the one with the pink background. But John loved this one. This was the last one I designed, which is so funny that he liked this one. But yeah, they're all adorable and so fun to make. All right. So we're going to add our layer over the top. Oh wait, oh my goodness. Don't put the dimensionals on the back. Guys, I totally messed up. I don't even know if I can fix it, but I'm gonna get them off. You know, it's not like I don't have stock in dimensionals. I gotta move them though, because I wanna make sure I don't have anything impeding me from stamping properly. Okay, don't put that on there until you stamped your happy birthday. I just totally spaced. Okay, I think I can do it now with that, what's on there. So we're gonna get our happy birthday out. And I'm gonna re-ink my pad just to make sure that I have enough ink. So we get a nice, and when you ink and it sinks right into the pad, you know 100% that you need to re-ink. And I just push the ink around in little circles and with the tip of the re-inker until it has seeped into the pad. I always like to make sure that there's plenty of ink when I'm stamping, and I just worry about the StazOn so much that I re-ink often. Okay, let's ink up our happy birthday. And then I'll just replace those few dimensionals that I ripped off there. Yeah, it's nice and juicy now. I think it will ink up quite nicely. Remember though, if you make a mistake, that you can, now we're gonna put this at an angle because we want it to follow this paper up. So that's what it means. When you rip, you want to make sure that you leave enough room to stamp your happy birthday. I do, Kimberly. Does anybody have any good ideas of what we should use for next month's game night? There is our happy birthday. So cute. I'm going to move this out of the way. All this good stuff, I like to move it out of the way because I don't want to splatter when I clean. Does anybody have any ideas of what we should use? Because I'm thinking that maybe something new from the mini catalog, or maybe something new from the last online exclusive release. I don't know. Anybody have anything good to pick? I don't want to use a suite. I usually like to use a bundle or a stamp set. Maybe we could use the sheep. The little sheep bundle. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, that's beautiful. We could use Nature's, but that won't be available till March. Maybe we use that one for March, Donna. That's what we just pre-ordered, right? I think it was. So we could do that one for March. The bug set we're using for Stamp Camp, so I don't want to use too much of the same things. Because then people, I mean, Stamp Camp, you get so many cards. You might get oversaturated. Let's put the rest of my dimensionals on here. I got so excited to put dimensionals on the back of here. I got a little crazy. But it was, I saved it. I was able to pull them off and it worked out. Look how pretty it looks. All right, so let's go ahead and fussy cut a banner. We'll use this one since it's the next one. So I'm using the, we're gonna add this here. I'm using the black marker and I'm going to draw a line just to add a little black on here. A second line in black. I just think it helps. It ties it in a little better and it makes a better choice. Let's go ahead and pull the backs off and we will get this attached. I have to pull the new backs off because I already had the other ones off because I got so excited. All right, we're good. So we're going to add this layer over the top. So pretty. All right, let's fussy cut quickly our banner. And again, this is a very easy fussy cutting. I don't think we're going to need this orange one, which is half cut off, but even if we do, it'll be okay. So we're going to lay that here. I think I'm going to cut this one off. I may trim a little more in a minute. Let's see how this looks. Yep, this is good. We're going to trim this one straight across this way. All right. Let's add dimensionals. I think I'm going to use the minis if I have any left on here. Yep, that was it for that. Let's grab another mini sheet out here. That's okay, Kimberly. So how are you? I hope you're doing well. Ladies, the class for February is going to be a sketch class. I don't know if I have mentioned that to you guys or not, but we're going to be doing a sketch class where you're going to get a sketch every month, and I'm going to teach you how to make lots of different cards from the same sketch. I think it'll be a fun series, and I will be doing it in person as well. So those of you who are in person, you guys can come, and those of you who are not can also come. I'm not going to need all of this. So I'm just going to pull off a little bit at a time, and I'm going to kind of curve this along here, and then I will just trim it. There we go. All right, and the rest I will stick down onto this little scrap piece here. All right, so this is ready, but I think it'll be a fun class. We're doing great, Kimberly. I hope that you can come to the class in February for the local class, and I will also be doing a local class for the sketch class. I hope you can make it. All right, guys, there is our final card for tonight. I'm gonna put all my dimensional pieces in my little clear pack. All right. And let me throw away everything in my punch bowl. We'll play our last game of Lucky Number. Oh, I forgot to put the gems again. You're probably yelling at me. Kimberly B lives where I live, Donna. Well, not exactly, but close. All right, we're going to use yellow. This one wants to wiggle around. Okay, so we're going to grab a big one and a little one and another little one. And I think I'm going to put it, I think I'm going to put it up here. There we go. These little rainbow dots are so cute. Yes, Kimberly, these making memory cards are amazing. This class included the Memory and More pack in your class fee. So maybe you can play game night with us next month. You will enjoy it. We have so much fun together, and you get to win prizes. All right. So let's put those up to the side, and let's get started on our game night. I forgot to wipe off this when I finished. I just realized that. I'm going to throw away my baby wipe now that I'm done for the night. All right, let's get our cards out. Start shuffling. While I'm shuffling, guys, don't forget if you are playing game night, if you are playing for Lucky Number, make sure you refresh the feed. That means either refresh your browser window or you can shut down and come back in. And when you come back, you should be in a good place so that you will not have a lag. I know, I don't know where Julie is tonight. She doesn't always make it on Thursdays. I think she makes more Tuesdays than Thursdays. But she does watch the replays because she leaves me comments. I hope you guys enjoyed my Valentine series. I really had a lot of fun making those 14 days of Valentines. Please share the videos. I greatly appreciate that if you do that. And I appreciate you guys being here tonight. All right. Is everybody ready that is going to be playing? I hope so. I am shuffling. I'm going to do one more little shuffle. I appreciate everybody who signed up for game night this month. I know it's a hard month after Christmas to spend extra money, but I do appreciate those of you who do that. I hope that you will enjoy the crew projects. They may be a little bit late this month. Like I said, we're working on the other house, and I am trying to get them all finished, but I'm still working on them. So I apologize if I'm a little late. It happens sometimes, but I will do my best to get you everything as quickly as I can. All right. Are we ready? Here we go. We're going to start with our first number, number 23. Number 9. Number 1. 26. 25. Hang on 1 second, guys. All right, I'm ready for my next number. I had to grab something real quick, guys. 27. Look at that. 26, 25, 27. I'm going to move these a little closer together so I can fit another number. 22. A lot of 20s this time. Last time we had all the teens, right? 31. 29. Oh my goodness. Doing good, Maleda. 21. 11. 2. 30. 24. 17. Whoops. 8. 18. Clem, you're getting close. 14. 10. 28. Number 5. Number 4. Number 12. We only have a few cards left. Somebody's going to get it here soon. Number 6. Woo! guys are close. I'm trying to slow down to make sure. Number 19. Nothing yet. Number 7. Oh my gosh, is everybody going to get lucky at the same time? We're so close. Oh my gosh, we have 4 lucks. I'm going to make sure everybody's caught up, that the feed hasn't lagged you. All right, here's the next card. We don't have many left. Number 3. Number 3. Oh my goodness. Number 20. Number 20. I can't believe nobody's won yet. Joyce, you're not playing tonight. Number 13. I know. Come on, one of you guys has to have it. Woohoo, Clem! All right, let me check your numbers. Clem, number 4. Number 9. We almost had all the numbers. Number 13, which was the last one called. Number 27. And number 30. It's a good one. Congratulations, Clem. Good job. And now you have to pick, Clem, which one you'd like. Let me bring up the prizes. We have the Round We Go bundle or Peaceful Days. And if you don't want either one of those, you can pick a tutorial bundle from my store. Congratulations to all the winners tonight, you guys. I'm so grateful to have you playing with us and hanging out. We are having the best time, and I hope that you are having the best time. I hope that you learned something tonight, either about StazOn or about something. You know, I always like to make your experience with me a learning experience, and I hope that you enjoyed learning how to play. For those of you that were new to playing, and those of you who are not new to playing, I hope that you enjoyed playing, whether you won or not. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Which would you like, Clem? I will write your name on it. Good job with the reminder, Kimberly. Clem, are you there? I lost you. Everybody have a good weekend. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. But remember, I will not have next Thursday for the... Oh, I missed it. Clem said peaceful days. I missed it. I don't know how I missed it. It didn't pop up. Oh, you did it so quickly. I see it now. I wasn't paying attention. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And I appreciate you. I will get your kits ready and get them out to you as soon as possible. Be patient with me for those of you who are on my crew. And I will see you guys next time. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping, my friends.